Hi there. My name is Sarah Beatty. I am 22 years old and I am an athlete, a musician, and a student. For the purposes of this video, I asked some of my close friends and family members what 3 words they would use to describe me. And the terms I most often got were determined, joyful, and kind. I think there was a lot of events in my life that led me to develop those characteristics, one of which being that I played soccer for the entirety of my life. I began when I was 4. I played through elementary school, middle school, high school, and ultimately through college. And I believe that from that sport, I developed dedication, determination, hard work, and discipline. And those attributes have played out in many facets of my life since then. I am a student. I love to learn. My dad always told me I love to learn anything about everything, even about the things that aren't my primary interests. I just have a love for learning and I want to know as much as I can about the world. And I think that the Lord created a beautiful place and I want to know all about it. I'm also a musician. I took piano lessons since I was 6 all the way through my senior year of high school, and I performed in many competitions and things like that, and I believe that taught me discipline as well and perseverance and creativity. Currently, my primary job is being a full-time graduate student, and I believe that all the things that I've learned and accumulated throughout the years from different parts of my life are kind of combining in me right now to be the best student that I can be to prepare myself for my career. In my free time, I love to hang out with my friends and family. I'm a huge people person. That's just where my heart is. I love helping others. I love volunteering. I love my church. And that's how I know that going forward throughout my life, I want to develop as a woman even further and as a person. I would love to strengthen my empathy skills towards people. I would love to put others before myself and put the Lord before myself. And I would love to be a more socially aware, empathetic, well-rounded individual. And that's where I hope to go in the future. I do have doubts about myself sometimes. I sometimes fear that I'm not smart enough for the school program that I'm in. I sometimes fear that I am not good enough at my job. Sometimes fear that, or feel insecure that I can't be there for everybody that I love. And these are the things that I'm battling. But I know if I keep focusing on these things and keep pushing myself to be a better version of myself, I know that I can be. And so, in conclusion, I'm Sarah, and I'm still an athlete, a musician, a student, and a friend. Hi, my name is Sarah Beatty, and I am currently a graduate student at the University of Dayton, pursuing a career in clinical mental health counseling. I graduated with my Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology and a minor in Spanish this past May from Taylor University in Upland, Indiana. There's several events that led me to pursuing a career in counseling. The most prominent one that I remember was back when I was a sophomore in high school. My youngest brother was admitted into a mental health institution, and we were allowed to visit him as a family one time. I remember having lunch with him, and there was a boy who looked to be about 15 or 16 that he waved to. And I said, "Do you know that boy?" And he said, "That's my new friend, Charlie. He's so nice to me, but I just don't understand why he's so sad all the time." And that really stuck with me, and that's something that I remember to this day. And it broke my heart. And from that day, I knew I wanted to pursue a career in clinical mental health counseling. So going into my undergrad, I knew that. I made relationships with many of the faculty in the psychology department. I worked on some really cool directed research projects and ultimately graduated magna cum laude. From there, I then began to apply to graduate schools and was accepted into several across the country. Ultimately, I wanted to go to the University of Dayton. It's a school that I felt most strongly about and really believed in the program. Unfortunately, though, I did not get into the clinical mental health counseling program, and I was crushed. I struggled, and I told my parents that I'm just going to move to Dayton anyway because I feel very strongly about the school, and I felt that the Lord was calling me there. So I found a place to live in Dayton and signed a lease. Thankfully, I kept in contact with the department chair who believed in me and told me that I was allowed to enroll as a non-degree seeking human services graduate student. So I did, and he allowed me to be in the classes that the other clinical mental health students were in. Presently, I am in my first semester here. I'm really enjoying my coursework and my classes. I plan to be accepted into the program and continue going through the classes, the required coursework I need to take. I then will complete my practicum and 600-hour internship. And after that, I will take my licensure exam to become a licensed professional counselor, which will be so exciting. And I can see myself working in a variety of settings. I could work in a clinical setting like a hospital. I would work in a juvenile detention center, someday maybe even private practice, but I do know that I don't want to end my education. I want to pursue my PhD in the field and someday contribute my own research to the field of psychology and counseling as a whole. And of course, I would love to be a lifelong learner as well. I will continue educating myself in the field, and I'm excited. I am nervous because I do have some doubts about going in the program and in the profession and my own personal doubts. Firstly, I think that I've struggled a little bit in the past few weeks of classes because I know that I was not accepted into the program. So I fear that I am inadequate and unequipped compared to the other students. And in my heart, I know that this is not true. I know that I love school and I love to learn, and that I'm very, very passionate about this field and passionate about social justice issues and a holistic health mindset. But that has been a struggle for me. And going into the profession, I am insecure about, will I really help anybody? Could I be so knowledgeable about the field as to know the right approaches to take with somebody? And what if I fail? And that is a skill I really would love to work on, is just willingness to fail. So in my counseling techniques lab the other day, when we had to practice for the first time being counselors and therapists, I went first and said that I would try because I really want to push myself out of my comfort zone. So in conclusion, I'm Sarah, and I'm a Future Therapist of America, and I'm so excited to be in this program. Hello, my name is Sarah Beatty, and I am a 22-year-old graduate student at the University of Dayton. I was so thrilled when I was reading in all of my textbooks and listening to all my professors and was told that a counselor's greatest skill is using themselves, the counselor, and using their own personality and characteristics in order to work with their clients. This was really encouraging to me because I felt that I have a big heart and I want my clients to see that. I want my colleagues and my peers to see that even now. And I am looking to blend both my professional and personal identities together and work towards that more well-rounded and wholesome therapist that I know that I could be. I can't wait to learn some skills along the way. Like I mentioned in one of my videos, I want to learn or develop a willingness to fail. I want to develop, as I mentioned in my other video, some more empathy skills to work with people, both in my personal and my professional life. I want to learn some coping skills so that I don't ruminate on my work when I take it home with me. But I do want to keep thinking about my work at times because I want to work hard for my clients so that we can build a more holistic and more healthy life together. And I can't wait to grow in these areas. I can't wait to learn from all of my professors and my peers have to teach me. And I'm so happy and excited to be here. And I'm excited to explore more of both of these sides and blended together versions of myself. So in conclusion, my name is Sarah and I am a future therapist. I'm also a student, an athlete, a musician, and a friend. And I am very excited to learn all this program has to teach me.